We really needed to build out a long-term relationship with a bank that was able to support the growth structure that we had in mind. First Independent Bank has been able to support that all along the way and has been absolutely necessary for every step of our growth.
Hey rodeo fans, welcome back to another episode of Reno Rodeo 365. I'm your host Jen Fisk, and we are only 268 days away from the Reno Rodeo. That's right, the countdown is on. It's always on here at the Reno Rodeo, and we just want to extend a huge thank you to 2025 Reno Rodeo President Jim Neal. In August, we wrapped up with the end of the year awards banquet. The Reno Rodeo Foundation also had their bingo tournament, and coming up on October 4th is the Texas Hold'em poker tournament to benefit the Reno Rodeo Foundation. If you have any interest in having a hand in that game and you can hold them off, sign up or get more information at renorodeofoundation.org. The event is on October 4th. And 2026 President Mark Sutton wants you to know that America loves rodeo. You can swing by the Reno Rodeo office any day of the week to grab your bumper stickers or lapel pins and sport those over the next 268 days. To catch you up on what's been going on in the rodeo world, let's take a look. World champion bareback rider Stephen Peebles is back in the arena just 6 short weeks after a medical scare and stay in the hospital with an acute pancreatitis attack. 8-time NFR champion Stetson Wright was bucked off Calgary Stampede's Cloudy Skies. The horse stepped on his midsection where he sustained 5 broken ribs on his left side, a punctured lung, and an injury to his pelvic area. Thank you to the amazing Justin Sports Medicine team for getting immediate medical attention. He's aiming for a return at the Cinch playoffs in Sioux Falls. And rodeo fans, you may have heard, unfortunately, 5-time PRCA Specialty Act of the Year and Reno Rodeo legend Bobby Kerr has passed away in earlier September at the age of 67. Reno Rodeo would like to extend condolences to the family and a warm hug from the deepest of our hearts. Bobby Kerr was a legend and one we will always remember. Coming up, we sit down with Reno local and a woman making a name for herself in the rodeo arena, but with the creative eye behind the camera. Laura St. Jacques with Laura St. Jacques Photography sits down with us to dive deep into the mind of a photographer in the rodeo world and Western sports. We can't wait to hear all about that right after this break.
Ag Wagon, a name known for its greatness in the air, now comes down to earth. 14 farmers and ranchers collaborate with the world's top off-road engineers for a year. The result, 28 functional modifications, taking the stock Ford, Ram, GMC, or Chevy pickup to a place it's never been, being a true piece of specialty agriculture equipment. Available exclusively through certified agriculture dealers, Ag Wagon also delivers $45,000 in return value with Ag Pack. Learn more at agwagon.com. That's agwagon.com.
Western Nevada Supply has been serving Northern Nevada for over 50 years, providing plumbing, waterworks, HVAC, landscape, hydronics, and industrial products. As a proud sponsor of the Reno Rodeo, we may rely on the technology of the future, but we are always committed to the tried and true traditions of the past. From our customers to our employees to the beautiful Northern Nevada community we call home, we treat everyone with respect and give the deepest level of care. Western Nevada Supply, keeping it old school since 1964.
Keep it dirty. Get outside. Join the movement, a proud sponsor of the Reno Rodeo.
Rodeo fans, please help me in welcoming Laura St. Jacques with Laura St. Jacques Photography, a PRCA photographer with a very creative involvement in the rodeo industry. Laura, welcome to Reno Rodeo 365.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Good to be here.
I want to jump in, take us back to your involvement with photography and where it came from before we start to dive into your involvement with just rodeo in general.
Well, I started in photography back in high school. Had, the little color shoot. I'm drawing a blank on what they're called now. The little point and shoot, and going around snapping pictures of everything. And it was my parents that decided to invest in me and bought me my first DSLR camera, which really kind of stepped up your game from a little point and shoot. I love it.
The little Canon that you got and had to develop film on the weekends.
Yes. So they saw my potential and saw how much I enjoyed it and got me my first big camera, and just kind of evolved from there. I started taking family photos for friends or just fun photos of friends, and that kind of snowballed and evolved and shot a couple weddings through college and while I was working, and grew up coming to the rodeo, so always wanting to take pictures at the rodeo, but trying to figure out how, or didn't want to sneak in my camera or anything. But I've just always enjoyed trying to freeze the moments in time, and sometimes you see the things that you love and want to hold on to, and I love being able to do that and being able to story tell, and I've just always enjoyed snapping away.
Yeah, I love that. I love being able to capture a moment in time in the way that you said that. From weddings to family photography, why rodeo and why like Western sports? There's so much action going on. There's dirt flying. There's a danger element for maybe how close you have to get, or depending on the environment that you're at. What about the sport of rodeo has you, so dedicated and focused to it?
Honestly, it is a very dangerous thing. We are out there in the arena a lot of the time shooting. For me though, there's an excitement to it. It is the action packed. It's the candid aspect of it. You're not posing anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But even though as dangerous as it can be, when I'm shooting a rodeo and I'm out in that arena or hiding away in a little honey hole somewhere, it's calming for me.
Yeah.
Shooting a rodeo, you walk out there and kind of things fall quiet and you kind of get in your zone. And I just love the excitement. I love telling the stories of the contestants. Yeah. Even the contract personnel. I love shooting the pickup men. It's a different kind of story that I feel like it's important to us as photographers and videographers to keep alive and keep telling their story.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have a Western or rodeo background? I know you mentioned like coming to the rodeo, being from Reno, correct?
For the most part, yes.
Yeah. So, going to the rodeo, it's something that it's just a part of the community here. It's what people do. But what kind of background do you have with the sport that really draws those parallels?
I don't have much of a background.
Okay.
I've always had a love for horses. We didn't have them growing up, which is really funny. But
they're expensive. That's okay.
They are expensive. Yes, that's one of the reasons why we didn't have them growing up. But I've always enjoyed being around them. We did have them for a few years, and it just wasn't the right time in our life. We had just too much going on.
I get that.
Working full time and trying to take care of them. Husband works full time, traveling, and it's just didn't work.
It's a big commitment.
Yes. Yeah. So I get the joy of photographing rodeos and still getting to be around the horses.
Yeah. So as a PRCA photographer, to be at rodeos, what are the qualifications or even credentials that you need to have in order to take the shots that you do? Let's take Reno Rodeo, for instance. It's 10 days long. You're not the only photographer here. So what are the steps that it takes to be a part of the event?
To be a photographer, you do have to have your PRCA card. Mm-hmm. There is a process for that. You have to have X number of rodeos under your belt. You build a portfolio. You kind of want to be working with somebody as a mentor.
Okay.
I've had phenomenal mentors along the way.
Sure.
All great. You submit, a portfolio. You have to get some letters of recommendation from seasoned photographers.
Oh, wow.
One of them being a photographer of the year. Another one being someone who's been doing it for at least 10 years.
Okay. Wow. Those are some heavy requirements.
Yes. Yes. It does take some time.
Yeah.
It can take some time. And then once you can accomplish that, then you have to go out, you have to shoot, I believe it was 5 more rodeos.
Okay.
Those have to be reviewed before you can get your card.
Okay.
Yeah. And
you have to hustle on the front end to really get your foot in the door or, boot in the dirt, essentially.
You do. And they want to know that you can be out there, you understand what you're shooting, and you can do it safely. You also have to have an arena evaluation done by a seasoned photographer to be sure that you know the safe places to be, where not to be.
That's probably a good thing, though. Like I say, someone to guide you through, don't stand here during this event.
Yes.
Yeah. What are some aspects of that maybe surprised you, or, like places that if someone's watching and they're thinking, wow, that's a great shot, I wonder how they got that, where are you not allowed to stand for something like bull riding?
A lot of it, there's not really specific rules as far as where you can stand. A lot of it is, you don't want to mess up the contestants' run.
Yes.
They're there.
Very much so.
Yeah, that's their livelihood. They're there to earn a paycheck. Mm-hmm. Same with some of the other contract personnel. You don't want to get in their way. So obviously during the rough stock events, you don't want to be right in front of the shoots. Yeah. There are times, during saddle bronc bareback where you might see us off to the side of the shoots a little bit, but we do that with the understanding that those horses may circle around.
Yes.
And you may be right there. So it's kind of just always head on a swivel.
Which is crazy because you have to be so focused behind the camera, but you also have to know what's happening around you. So your head's on a swivel, but to me on the outside, it's your head should be off, you're locked in on the camera.
Yeah, you learn to shoot with both eyes open.
Yeah, that's very smart. Speaking of cameras, I'm sure if there's any photographers watching or who have followed you and see your work, they're maybe wondering what type of camera you use, or if you have multiple. Can you talk to us a little bit about your equipment?
Yeah, I'm a Canon girl.
Okay.
Many of them will argue with me, but I do love my Canons.
I'm sure there's a rival in brands.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I shoot the R6 Mark II. I actually have 2 of those bodies. I like to shoot, you'll see me all the time, with one on each side.
Wow.
I have a telephoto lens, a 70 to 200 on one typically, and then a wide angle on the other.
Okay.
Which kind of varies between 2 or 3 different lenses that I like. And you just
always switching gear out.
Yeah, well, you never know if you want something across the arena or someone's going to come right by you. So yeah, it's a little more difficult to carry both, but I love it. It's just kind of my system.
So you get to travel, you get to go to different rodeos. What's one of your favorite parts about your job being a photographer?
Gosh, the storytelling.
Yeah.
When you first start out, I feel like a lot of it is getting that action shot, figuring out timing, getting that traditional shot. But the more I've learned, at least with my experience, is that you learn to tell the story. Yeah. It's a lot of the behind the scenes shots, people getting ready, people in their moments before, whether they're in prayer or just in silence.
Yeah.
Or talking it up with their buddies and they're just cool, calm, and collected behind the shoots.
You see it all.
You see it all. And I just love that part of it. Yeah. I mean, of course, you're capturing the action as well, but I like to capture what people don't see.
Yeah. I love that. And we love to see it. It started as a hobby in high school. What are hobbies outside of photography that we might find you doing or that you use to kind of reset or clear your mind?
Right now, a lot of those are being put on the back burner. Time is a little limited for me.
I think we can all understand and relate in some way or another.
Yeah. I do enjoy snowboarding. Okay. We're trying to get our kids into skiing. One of them loves it. Yep. So
it's almost a season, knock on wood, but I think hopefully it's cooling down soon.
Yeah, hopefully we get some more snow this year.
Yes.
Yeah, I enjoy snowboarding, camping. Mm-hmm. I love when we get to go camp in the mountains. Yeah. Fall's coming up, so we always go down to June Lake and camp.
Love it down there.
Yeah. No, and I love house projects too.
Oh, okay.
I'm one of those that needs to stay on Pinterest.
Yes. Are you a DIYer?
Yes.
Me too. And then I always start a project. I'm like, I don't know if I'm confident in finishing it. I'll just call my handyman. So I give them like a half-started project. I'm like, can I get a discount?
Yeah, I can do part of it.
Yeah, it's fine. We start it. That's fun. I love that. Well, where can people follow you? I know we want to look at some of your work and kind of talk through some of that, but where can people follow you? Or do you do photography outside of Western sports and rodeo still? Family photos, shoots, weddings, anything that someone might be able to book you for?
I've started to get away from that a little bit. I still do family sessions for friends or friends of friends if they ask, but no, mainly rodeo and Western lifestyle now. They can find my work. It's just my name, laurastjocksphotography.com. Perfect. Same for Instagram and Facebook. And
perfect. Well, let's take a look at some of your amazing work and maybe dive into some of the details of it. So tell us what picture we're looking at here. From what I know, anytime you sit on the dirt, we're probably at Pendleton.
We're at Pendleton.
On the grass. So when it comes to black and white photos, what draws your attention to, keeping it in color or maybe putting it in a black and white color?
When I switch a photo to black and white, it's a feeling.
Okay.
Immediately I can look at a picture, and if I can switch it to black and white and all of a sudden it feels like it's a story, I'll leave it in black and white.
Okay.
And a lot of behind the scenes, I always play around with that. This one, great group of guys. These are some of the bulldoggers. They came out hanging out on the grass. And it's just kind of the part of Pendleton that makes it special. You get to be out on that grass.
Yeah.
And just trying to freeze some of those moments as well. It's so much fun.
Pendleton's great. The contestants get to be really involved with being down there, and I love this. Okay, so is this also Pendleton?
This was Pendleton as well. We were out on the grass during the Bronx, and I'm always kind of looking around, seeing what else is going on. And at one point I was up on my knees looking back behind me, actually looking for the pickup men. And I see this group of guys, and
they're lined up. It's almost like you staged them.
Yes, and it reminded me of something you would find maybe in a rodeo photography book from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So I
Like
just,
a coffee table book that you flip through and go, wow, they must have posed for that promotion, but here they are just hanging out.
yes.
No, I love that. Pendleton's great. And it just happened recently. And, you know, you got to go up there. How was it before we jump at this picture? Was Pendleton a good time this year?
Oh, it was a great time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. All right. Tell us about this one. Obviously an action shot. Are you focused on the movement of the cowboy or the horse, or typically they work as a team, but is there any aspect that your camera is focused on, or maybe even your eye when you pick, like, this is the photo I want to highlight?
This one, there's a few different elements. You looking at the horse, how stretched out the horse is, the stance of the position of the cowboy, their toes are turned out. Sometimes their butts will kind of get off the horse. I try not to do those ones as much. This one was actually really special for me, though. This was in Nashville, and it was their inaugural rodeo this year.
The
for
Music City Rodeo.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so they
A lot
asked
of
me to come
first-time
shoot.
rodeos happening this year. There's one in
Yes.
Boston, Nashville now. I love that is growing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this one was very special to me, and it just I just love the feel of this one.
Yeah, and there's a lot of energy in it. You can feel it.
Yeah.
All right, talk to us here. We all love a
so this
cowboy
one,
butt.
It's not about the cowboy butt, believe it or not. So if you look at his saddle, scared money don't make money.
Oh
So-
my gosh, it's the little things.
Yeah, so that's actually Brody Kress. He has that on his saddle, and between that and the leather flying when he's getting ready to jump off, that's the action that I'm feeling. And then you have
Okay.
the detail of what's on his saddle.
Wow, that's cool. I
So-
mean, a lot of people don't know, but saddle bronc riders do travel with their own rigging. So that's cool that he's personalized it and you got to capture that. I would have never known.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. All right, helmets on are always a good thing, but typically in the bull riding event. So I imagine this is a bull ride.
Yes.
What else are we looking at here in the photo?
This one, it was the feel. What's crazy to me sometimes, and I don't have the greatest memory, but when I look at pictures, I can remember the sounds
Wow.
that were happening. I can remember kind of what guys were talking about. And I remember during this ride when he was getting ready, he was just so still and quiet. And there was a look about him that was just, you could tell he was in the zone and he was ready, but he was calm.
Okay, which is where you want to be before getting on the back of an animal like that.
I would like to think so, yes.
I feel the calmness in this photo. I feel like oftentimes there is a lot of hustle and bustle happening, readjusting and, tightening your straps or readjusting your glove. But now that you say it, like there is a sense of calmness that comes about this.
Yes.
All right. We all love Tuck. We've talked to him a few times on Reno Rodeo 365. This photo means a lot to a lot of people, especially with faith. But for you, obviously, when you capture this, as you mentioned before, and seeing people that are praying and doing their pre-arena rituals, the emotion in this, that's what I see.
Yes. You can definitely in this one feel the calm, feel the centered. Dusty's so deep in his faith and definitely he always has a pregame routine. And just to catch these guys in these moments, I love it. And I love these shots where you can feel what's going on.
Yeah.
So this one's a cool one. And yeah, you can definitely just feel his calmness and that he's in his moment, he's in his time getting ready.
Yeah. Well, and cowboys are always so tough. And I think these highlight their elements of vulnerability.
Yes.
Okay, I love this. Immediately out the gate, St. Paul Rodeo. I've yet to go there, but I've only heard the best stories. And the arena I know is a really cool, the way that the crowd surrounds it. But who is this and what are we looking at?
So this one I actually loved during Saddle Bronc. And what's actually silly about it is, yes, you have the action of the horse going out. You have him holding the rope. He's holding the back. But what got me was the hand of the guy behind the chutes helping him out. And I don't remember if that was a stock contractor. I'm going to assume it was. But it was kind of leading out like, here, it's all yours.
There you go. The arena is yours.
So there's that one little detail for me. The rest of obviously him and the horse was the cool part.
Yeah.
And you have the St. Paul Rodeo right there. But just the fact that hand was in it too, it was like, good luck.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if people will be able to see it, but I can. So I'll ask you, how do you keep photos organized? I see a lot at the bottom here. Hundreds of cowboys, stock contractors, rodeos. What is the method to the madness when it comes to organizing all the shots from just one event or one rodeo?
It is a process. After we shoot, one thing I like to do is immediately offload photos. The last thing you want is sticking a card in your pocket.
Oh my gosh.
Jeans go through the washer, then you're done. So I immediately offload. I like to cull through the blurry ones.
Okay.
Yes, those happen. We're not perfect. We're all human. But the PRCA actually has a naming convention that they like for us to use, and it goes by the year, the rodeo, the event, bareback, saddle bronc, barrel racing, whatnot, the contestant, if there's stock, you want the name of the stock and the stock contractor.
Wow.
And then we put our name and then our image file name.
Okay. That's a lot of information in one photo, but I can understand why they want it that way.
Yes, and it makes it easy for them. If at the end of the season they need a picture of Statler Wright or anyone, they can go in to where we upload, type in Statler Wright, and they'll pull up anyone's photos with that file name.
Oh, that's awesome. So organized. Okay, now this is fun. We love fun. What's happening? Why are we playing Twister in the arena?
Love Matt Merritt. This was his doing.
Sure.
But this was on the grass, of course, this year. And one thing he did, which was hilarious, he brought out Twister one day. The next day, I believe he had Scrabble. He brought out golf, just everything, and got a couple of guys in on the Twister game, and it was a blast. They all had a great time, loved it.
I'm really impressed by this, one in the front and the Wranglers outstretched, how flexible they are, because I feel like I don't imagine, although I do know contestants have to be limber and healthy in an athletic way, but that's an element of flexibility that you don't really see often.
No, and if their jeans are extra starched, it's not going to happen. So
this is also very true. Matt's a character.
Yes.
That's hilarious. Okay. There's a lot happening. Are we fire breathing?
We are. He had a wand with fire on the end and was blowing on it. So this was in Oakdale, Ryder Keisner this year. And I just never captured that style of shot.
Yeah.
So I thought it was fun.
No, it's really fun.
And those are the ones you have to be quick on or else you miss it.
Absolutely. It kind of looks like it's already on its way out and who knows what's happening. I think people are always amused with our specialty acts at rodeo. So it's extra special to capture them because they happen. If you blink, you miss it.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Baseball and horseback.
Yes.
Another Matt moment.
Yes. This one was a fun one. This was at the San Diego Rodeo.
How fun.
This one was not a PRCA sanctioned rodeo, but it was a great time. They had it at Padres Stadium. So they did bring the two worlds together.
Wow.
And they had those jerseys made for the pickup men. So just that shot and the way his rope is, you can see the two worlds colliding in here.
That's so cool. And I think that's why rodeo is still evolving the way it is as a sport, is because we're still being included and, making those connections with other industries.
Yeah.
All right. Our pickup men here at the Reno Rodeo.
Yes. Yes. I always love shooting them. And this is something that I'll catch them doing at least once or twice. And a lot of the times it's Bronc doing it. This one was Matt and Bobby, but just tossing that to each other. And you could just tell that they're having fun.
Yeah, that's a flank strap. And they probably just pulled it off or picked it up in the arena. And they always know how to make light of every situation. They're always having fun.
Yes.
Let's see what else we got here. Okay, this looks serious, but again, Reno Rodeo, is it ever too serious?
No, and this one was one of my favorites from this year. You got Tom Cates and Ray Callahan and then Reno himself. And this was a moment of the things that go on behind the scenes that nobody sees.
Yeah.
They're going through the stock list. They're seeing, what they need to be doing. And I didn't want to get in the middle of that, but you got to capture it.
Absolutely.
These are the things that I love. It's part of the story I love telling.
And they don't need to know you're there. You can snap it and go on, and who knows if they even saw you. But now we get to look at this and be a little bit involved.
Yes.
All right. Tell us what we're looking at here. For those not familiar, it looks like a cowboy is getting off his bucking stock and onto the stock contractor. So there's a big relationship between the two in the arena there, but then you have your involvement capturing this moment.
Yes, this one was up in Darby, Montana. They have a bareback event up there, and this was one of the pickup men taking off one of the guys, and I just loved the movement. Like I said, I love shooting the pickup men. What they do is incredible.
Yeah.
They like to have their fun, but their job is very serious.
Very serious, very
Keeps the guys from getting injured. And I just love the movement of this picture.
And what about here?
Same event. We're up in Derby, and just I loved all the horses are same angle. You can feel the movement of all of them going away. I found a little honey hole during this event that I was shooting from, laying down on the ground. And this one, if you have it in color, you can see the mountains and everything behind.
Oh,
but
cool.
Something about it is just one of those that I can look at it and remember, gosh, that was a fun one.
Yeah, absolutely. From Pendleton, Oregon, down to San Diego, up in Montana, here in Reno, what's a bucket list rodeo for you that you'd love to shoot at?
Oh, gosh. I think a fun one would be Panoka.
Okay.
Actually going up there.
Yep.
However, here, though, Cheyenne would be a fun one.
Okay.
Oh,
get up to Canada.
Yeah, get up to Canada. I know. Just the size of that one, I think, would be incredible.
Yeah.
But staying here, Cheyenne would be incredible. I haven't shot Salinas yet. That one's unique, I've heard, with the 2 different events going on at the same time.
Yes, there's a lot happening there.
Yeah, there's so many incredible ones here that I would love to shoot.
Yeah.
I'm just getting started.
Perfect. Well, we are so excited to watch your work develop and see you down the rodeo road, and of course bump into you from time to time, or more frequently as we have been with the Reno Rodeo, as often as we're traveling. So thank you so much for coming on today and really just letting us dive into your brain and what you as photographers are focused on during the rodeo, because it's an element that we see later when we see the photos, but it does allow us as fans and contestants or family members to jump back in time and really hone in on that moment. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. That's Laura St. Jacques for everyone. You can follow her on social media. We will leave her information in the show notes.
What I have covered with Country Financial is everything from the ground up.
Life insurance, home insurance, and auto insurance.
Country Financial's been great for us. 3 kids and houses and cars and a business, and it's very comforting to know that Country Financial's in our corner.
It's important to me to know that not only am I insured, I'm insured with a reputable company.
Our experience with Country has always been stress-free. They go above and beyond to help their clients.
They take care of what matters most to me.
Renown Health has a plan. Our plan for you, a healthier future. Presenting the expansion of Renown South Meadows Medical Center, offering our entire community increased access to state-of-the-art services and care. From leading-edge technology for advanced surgical and diagnostic procedures, to care provided by skilled specialists and teams, to enhanced experiences and upgrades across the campus. We plan to help you achieve your best health today and tomorrow.
Gas, snacks, and more Extra Mile by Jackson's. Let's go! A proud sponsor of the Reno Rodeo.
Welcome back, rodeo fans. I hope you learned something new about the sport of rodeo through Laura's creative eye. Don't forget to put on your best poker face October 4th for the Reno Rodeo Foundation Texas Hold'em Poker Tournament. You can sign up or learn more about the event at renorodeofoundation.org. With almost $62 million in contestant payouts, the 2025 PRCA rodeo season is coming to an end on September 30th. And I know if you're like me, we're dying to know which contestants are headed to the bright lights of Las Vegas. The National Finals Rodeo is December 4th through 13th, and Reno Rodeo will be in the heart of the action. Let us know which contestant you'd like us to interview or say hi to while we're down in Las Vegas. And if you're planning a trip yourself, let us know where events you'll be at so that we can make sure we say hi. From the Reno Rodeo family to yours, have a great day, and we'll see you next time on Reno Rodeo 365.